Today, we're going to the primary documents. So we have the primary document grid, and we have some primary information, right, of people from today that are credible, reputable people from credible, reliable, reputable institutions that you can trust. You can use this information, the quotes, right? You can quote them. All right. So what I'm going to do is open this up first, and you have your primary document grid. So I have my grid open. And now I'm going back and I'm opening up my social media. Assess the extent in which social networking sites are good for our society. You have document 1, that's it. That's the whole thing. You have document 2, that's it. That's the whole thing. Document 3, short. Document 4, document 5, document 6. That's it. There's 6 documents. So what you want to do as you read, you want to, number 1, identify it as a positive impact or a negative impact. Number 2, highlight the quote that supports that. So that's what you're doing for these documents, and then you put it in the grid. Okay, so I'm going to do number 1 with you. So everybody go to assignment 8C and open up the social media primary analysis grid. So you should have my grid on the left side of the screen, your grid on the right side of the screen. Split ski time. Let's do it. All right. So now everyone can see document 1 on my screen. You can see primary document 1 in the primary document grid. See how it matches? Document 1, primary document 1. On your screen, your grid should be right next to my grid. I'll give you a second to match up all the grids. All right, everybody. Here we go. Document number 1. Ethan Zuckerman. He's the associate professor and director of the Center for Civic Media at MIT, one of the most prestigious technical schools in the world. He stated the following in his May 30th, 2018 article titled, 6 or 7 Things Social Media Can Do for Democracy. So right here, who is the creator or author? Who is the creator author? Ethan Zuckerman, associate professor, the director for civic media at MIT. I'm going to copy that. Come over here. Paste it. I'm going to make it smaller too because it's so big. There we go. See how I did that? So you can type that in, or you can open up the document, copy and paste it too. That's the speaker. The occasion, the time and the place. Look, there's a date here, May 30th, 2018. Copy it. We're in America. The prompt is our society, right? So American society. Audience. What should the audience think or feel after looking at this? Who's looking at this, right? So we have to read the quote first. So the audience, look, the Center for Civic Media at MIT. So it's a educational institution. Now, what would they think after listening to him? Let's read it. Social media is critically important in giving voices to communities who've been systematically excluded from the media, pushed away, or ignored. People of color, women, LGBTQIA people, poor people. By giving people a chance to share their undercovered perspectives with broadcast media, social media has a possible role in making the media ecosystem more inclusive and more fair. So now you have to think about this. Does this person support the positive impact of social media, or does this person oppose because of the negative impact? And if you read it and reread it and you look at the clues, giving voices to communities who've been excluded, helping poor people, people of color, LGBTQIA people, giving people a chance to share their perspectives, right? To make life more inclusive and fair. It all sounds positive. Okay, so that's positive. So the audience is educational, institution, right? And what should they think or feel? Ethan Zuckerman wants them to understand the positive impact of social media. And that's really to the purpose as well. Now, when we get to the purpose, why do you think the source was created? Ethan Zuckerman wants people to understand the positive impact of social media. I'll give you a minute to get that all down. Never thought you'd think about TikTok in this way, huh? Or Snapchat, or YouTube. Any of these social networking sites. This is thinking at a level 4, right? What kind of impact does my social media have on me? According to Ethan Zuckerman, there are people in this world that don't have voices. There are people in this world that are not treated equally. And social media networking sites give them an opportunity to have their voice heard, according to Ethan Zuckerman, a professor at MIT. I'm going to highlight positive impact too, so we remember that. Where'd my highlighter tool go? It's missing. I'll do it later. Okay. And what is the meaning, the message? So I'm going to copy this whole thing and add a little bit more to it. So yeah, copied and pasted it. And I'm going to say, because Ethan Zuckerman wants people to understand the positive impact of social media because it gives people who are being treated unequally voice. So what's the meaning of the message here? Well, Ethan Zuckerman wants people to understand the positive impact of social media because it gives people who are being treated unequally a voice for change. Okay. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come down here. And all I'm going to do, see, I highlighted his quote. I'm going to copy and paste his quote. Now I have his quote. And I know what the quote means, the message being discussed. I know what the quote means. I know the purpose or point, why he said that quote. I know the people he's talking to, an educational institution. And I know it's in America on May 30th, 2018, in the United States of America. I can even put at MIT, Ethan Zuckerman, from an educational institution, spoke about the positive impact of social media, and he wants people to understand the positive impact of social media because it gives people who are being treated unequally a voice for change. Mr. D, what did this guy say? There it is.